When the phone call came from Microsoft saying my computer was infected, I played the confused elderly woman perfectly. By the end of our conversation, I had his real name, address, and bank account details, and he had nothing. Before we start, don't forget to like this video, comment where you're watching from, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story like this. Have you experienced something like this? Please let me know in the comments. My name is Margaret. I'm 72 years old, and I live in Dallas, Texas. And this is the story of how phone scammers discovered that the elderly woman they thought they were targeting was actually a 30-year retired cybersecurity expert, and how that discovery destroyed them. Most people, when they retire, take up gardening, read books, or spend time with grandchildren. I hunt scammers as a hobby. For 30 years, I worked for the FBI cybercrime unit. I caught every type of digital criminal, from identity thieves to online scammers. When I retired in 2019, I thought I'd live a quiet life, but the scammers wouldn't leave me alone. The first call came last March. It was 2 p.m. I was planting flowers in my garden. When my phone rang, I washed my hands and rushed inside. "Hello, this is David from Microsoft Technical Support," said a voice with a thick Indian accent. "Your computer is under serious virus threat. We need to intervene immediately." Ah, the classic scam. They try to scare elderly people into giving them remote access to their computers, then they either ask for money or steal personal information. But I wasn't a normal elderly woman. I immediately put my game plan into action. "Oh my goodness," I said, making my voice tremble and switching to an elderly woman's tone. "A virus! That's terrible! I don't understand computers at all. What should I do?" "Don't worry, ma'am," David said, and there was that familiar satisfaction in his voice of a hunter who had caught his prey. "I'll help you. Now turn on your computer." Okay, I said. I actually had 3 different computers with government-level security systems, but I opened my old laptop that had no important data on it. "I've opened it. What do I do now?" For the next 20 minutes, David explained how he was going to help me. He told me to press Windows key and R, asked me to type various codes. At every step, I maintained my confused elderly woman role. "Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff on the screen," I said. "I really don't understand technology. Do you think someone stole my information?" "Yes, ma'am, your situation is very serious," David said. "But don't worry, I'll fix it. You just need to give me access to your computer." There it was. He fell into the trap. But I wasn't ready yet. "But is this safe?" I said. "Last week my neighbor Mary said someone stole money from her computer." No, I'm from the real Microsoft," David insisted. "I can show you proof. Now give me access so I can clean the viruses." "Okay," I said, "but can I call Microsoft first to verify you?" David panicked. "No, we can't wait. The viruses are stealing your information right now. We must act immediately." Perfect. Now it was time to corner him. "Okay, David, I trust you," I said, "but I have a question. What's Microsoft's real phone number?" "What?" he said, confused. "Microsoft's customer service's real number. I'll call them and ask them to transfer me to you." This is a special line," he stammered. I said. "Okay, David, what's your full name and what's your Microsoft employee ID number?" There was a long silence. "Ma'am, we don't need all this. Just—" "David," I said, changing my voice, no longer playing the elderly woman role. "My name is Margaret Thompson. I worked in the FBI cybercrime unit for 30 years, and you're currently committing a federal crime." I heard a sharp intake of breath on the phone. "What?" David said, his voice starting to shake. "Every second of our conversation is being recorded, David. Your IP address is being tracked, and right now, my FBI colleagues are locating your position." This was completely a lie, of course, but he didn't know that. He began to stammer. "David, what's your real name?" I said in a cold voice. I didn't do anything." David, I'm offering you two choices right now. Either you tell me your real identity and give me details of this operation, or I report you to the FBI and set them in motion to find you. Are you really from the FBI? He asked in a scared voice. David, I'm retired FBI agent Margaret Thompson. Go ahead and check. I heard keyboard sounds on the phone. He was Googling my name. And, of course, he found it. During my 30-year FBI career, many cases had been published. There were even photos of me. Damn, he muttered. Yes, David, damn, I said. Now talk. What's your real name and where do you work? I'm Rajesh Sharma. I work in Bangalore, India. What company? Global Tech Solutions, but it's just a front. Our real business is this. How many of you are there? About 50, 60 people. How many people do you call per day? Everyone makes 100, 200 calls. How much money do you make? Between $100, $300 per day. It was incredible. This had become a complete industry. Rajesh, I said, now let me tell you what's going to happen to you. I'm going to send this conversation to the FBI. But if you cooperate with me, maybe they'll be less aggressive toward you. What do I need to do? He asked in a hopeless voice. First, you're going to give me your supervisor's name and contact information. Then, you're going to explain in detail how this operation works. Finally, you're going to give me a list of your other targets so I can warn them. Rajesh had completely collapsed. For the next hour, he told me everything. His supervisor's name was Arjun Patel. They had a 200-person call center. They selected their targets from elderly American lists. They made an average of 20,000 calls per day, successfully trapping 2 to 3% of them. Rajesh, I said, now I want a favor from you. What? Call Arjun Patel and tell him you found an amazing target, a 72-year-old widow with $500,000 in savings who doesn't understand technology at all. Tell him to call me back. But you're FBI. Exactly. And now I'm going to catch your boss, too. There was complete panic in Rajesh's voice. This is very dangerous for me. Rajesh, your alternative is the FBI reporting you to the Indian police. What do you prefer? Okay, I'll do it. I hung up the phone and started laughing. This was so much fun. 2 hours later, the phone rang. This time, there was a more authoritative voice. Hello, ma'am. This is Arjun from Microsoft Security Department. Our technician Rajesh said he detected very serious security vulnerabilities in your computer. Oh, yes, I said, returning to my elderly woman role. Rajesh was such a nice young man. He was very helpful to me. Yes, ma'am, but the situation is more serious than Rajesh can handle. I'm a senior security expert. Your situation requires special intervention. How serious is it? I asked in a worried voice. Ma'am, the viruses in your computer are currently trying to access your bank accounts. If we don't act immediately, all your money could be stolen. Oh my God, did they know how much money I have? Yes, ma'am, they can see everything. You have $500,000 in your bank account, don't you? Bingo, Rajesh had told him everything. Yes, how did you know? I said, pretending to be surprised. Because the viruses are monitoring everything. But don't worry, I'll help you. You'll just need to pay a small security fee. Security fee? Yes, $2,000. I'll completely clean your computer and install a firewall. We normally sell this service for $10,000, but I'm giving you a discount because you're elderly. That's a lot of money for me, I said. Isn't there another way? Ma'am, if you don't pay $2,000, all your $500,000 will be stolen by tomorrow morning. Okay, I said, I'll pay, but how? You'll buy Google Play cards, go to the nearest store, buy $2,000 worth of Google Play cards, then tell me the codes. This was the classic scam tactic. Google Play cards are untraceable and non-refundable. Okay, Arjun, I said, but I have a question. Yes, ma'am? Do you really work at Microsoft? Of course, ma'am. So who's Microsoft's CEO? Satya Nadella. Correct answer. So where is Microsoft's headquarters? Seattle. Wrong. Redmond, Washington. Silence. Arjun, I said, changing my voice. My name is Margaret Thompson. I'm a retired FBI agent. No, no, he screamed. Rajesh didn't tell me. Rajesh didn't tell you this because I didn't tell him. I've just trapped you. I didn't do anything. Arjun, I'm currently recording our conversation. I'll send your voice to the FBI laboratory for voice identification. I'll also call the FBI liaison office in India and write a report about you. Please don't. Arjun, if you cooperate, maybe you'll get a lighter sentence. What do you want? Complete information about your company, employee list, target lists, and how much money you've stolen so far. Like Rajesh, Arjun collapsed. For the next 2 hours, he gave me all the details of their operations. 200-employee call center, $2 million monthly income, 50,000-person target list. Most importantly, I said, you're going to give me a list of people you've scammed in the last 6 months. But that's a very long list. Arjun, either you give me the list or the FBI finds you. Choose. 2 days later, a 300-page Excel file came to my email. 2,847 people had been scammed, totaling $3.2 million stolen. Now it was time to get to the real work. First, I called my old colleagues at the FBI. I spoke with Agent Sarah Mitchell, who works in the International Cybercrime Unit. Margaret, she said as soon as she answered the phone, how's retirement going? Sarah, I have a gift for you, I said, and told her the whole story. Are you crazy, Margaret? This could have been very dangerous. Sarah, I did this job for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. Okay, what do we have? I gave her all the recordings, the list of scammed people, the call center information. Sarah forwarded these to the FBI liaison office in India. But this was just the beginning. I started calling each of the 2,847 people on the list. Hello, this is retired FBI agent Margaret Thompson. I learned that you were subjected to phone fraud. When I called the first 50 people, I was shocked. These people had been subjected not only to Microsoft scams, but also romance scams, IRS scams, and many other types of fraud. 78-year-old Grace Henderson told me she had an online romance with a Syrian doctor named Dr. James Smith for 6 months. She had sent him $23,000. Margaret, she said, crying, I was really in love. His photos were so handsome. His letters were so romantic. Grace, I said, those photos are fake. There's no Dr. James Smith. This is a scammer. But Grace's story was even worse. After Dr. James, someone claiming to be from the IRS had scammed her for another $8,000. I heard this story dozens of times. The same people were constantly being targeted by different scammers. That's when I realized this wasn't just one scammer call center. This was an organized network, and I had to bring down the entire network. Over the next 3 months, I refined my methods. I created different identities. Wealthy widow, retired teacher, lonely grandmother. I opened separate phone numbers, email addresses, even social media accounts for each identity. I created online profiles to trap scammers. I opened a profile on Facebook as 72-year-old Betty Johnson. I made posts about a $500,000 inheritance, complained about my loneliness. 2 weeks later, romantic messages started coming. Hello, beautiful lady. I'm Dr. Michael Robertson, an American soldier stationed in Afghanistan. This time, I was more prepared. I played the role of an elderly woman in love with Dr. Michael, but this time I recorded every conversation, saved every email, noted every detail. 3 weeks later, Dr. Michael asked me for $5,000. I need to pay to get out of my military unit, then I'll marry you, Betty. Of course, my love, I said, but can I ask for a photo from you first, with your ID? Betty, this could create security problems. Michael, if we're going to get married, we need to trust each other. 2 days later, a fake soldier ID photo arrived. When I did a reverse image search, I saw the same photo was used on 50 different scam sites. This time, I gave the FBI not just one scammer, but a complete file. Michael's real identity, IP address, bank accounts he used, other targets. With this information, the FBI conducted operations in multiple countries. 15 people were arrested in Nigeria, 23 people in India, 8 people in Ghana. But my biggest success came through a different method. I started scamming the scammers. I created a fake identity called Dr. James Wilson and became a target for male scammers. I played the role of a 73-year-old wealthy widower. My first target was someone called Princess Stella. She told me she was a Nigerian princess who needed $10,000 to claim her $2 million inheritance. Of course, sweetheart, I said in my Dr. James role. But I'm an old man. I don't know how to do these things. You explain to me step by step. Princess Stella gave me detailed information about the Western Union transfer system. She told me which papers to fill out, what answers to give to which questions, even which branch to make the transfer from. But instead of making the transfer, I gave all this information to the FBI. Princess Stella's real identity, accounts she used, partners, targets, everything. 3 months later, Nigerian police arrested Princess Stella. Her real name was Ahmed Okafor. She was 34 years old and had scammed over 200 people. Within a year, I trapped 47 different scammers. The FBI conducted international operations with this information. A total of 156 people were arrested. But what I was most proud of was something else. We managed to recover some of the money for 1,832 of the 2,847 scammed people. A total of $1.8 million was recovered. Grace Henderson got back $18,000 of her $23,000. Margaret, she said, crying on the phone, you're like an angel. Grace, I said, I'm just doing my job, but now as a hobby in retirement. Now I have a YouTube channel, Grandma Margaret's Scammer Hunt. I have 500,000 subscribers and publish a new scammer hunting video every week. Last week, I caught someone called Tech Support Steven. He wanted $300 from me to fix my computer, so I told him his real identity and reported him to the FBI. But you're just an elderly woman, he had screamed. No, Steven, I had said. I'm an unarmed elderly woman, and that makes me even more dangerous. I'm 72 years old, and I continue to hunt scammers because I learned that age is just a number, but experience is a weapon. And I'm armed with 30 years of experience. Did this story make you think of something? Have you also encountered a fraud attempt? Share in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I share stories like this every day.